dream of days like this, and you dream of being part of days like this, but definitely hasn't sunk in yet anyways. It's absolute euphoria inside there, and I'm delighted for the lads. I'm delighted. We spoke all week about wanting to go out there and wanting to perform and do what we've done all year, and I think we did that. And that's the most pleasing aspect of it, the fact that we didn't go into our shells, and probably a little bit in the start of the second half, and just phenomenal. I'm delighted for everybody, and it's good day.
What was the first 10-12 minutes like? It seemed you were pretty nervous.
I don't think so. I think we started well. They had a lot of the possession, and I think we defended well, and they threw what we knew there was coming, and one out runners and hard aggressive carries, and then the backs getting involved, and like I think we knew what was coming, and that's what we talked about all week. But I think I said last week, or when you've got speed and you've got creativity like we have out in our back line, you always believe that Maddie and Easy are going to make some breaks, and I think we weathered the storm for 10 or 15 minutes, and then Matt tore down the wing, and that kind of lifted us a little bit and got the crowd on our back, because the first few minutes they were just, I suppose they had the majority of the possession, but I don't think we panicked really in the first half. Probably, if anything, it was the start of the second half. I think we tied up a little bit, but we got together, and
it's because we kicked the ball off.
Yeah, definitely. We tied up a little bit in the start of the second half, and then we kept saying just hold on to the ball. It's a lot easier attack than defend, and thankfully we had enough.
John, did you feel there was a sense of destiny about this?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look, it's.
But when we faced the world team,
yeah, it was phenomenal. I said it on the interview there, one of the interviews after the match, and we just came in, and just to see it green and the fields of Athenry, and we were all walking in with shivers down our spines, and it just felt good. And I suppose if that's the answer you're looking for, that's probably destiny. And my missus was working a couple of weeks back, and she went to some fortune teller a couple of weeks ago. And, she wouldn't tell me the outcome of it, but we were getting to the final anyways, and she wouldn't tell me the outcome of the result. But maybe she does know a bit or two.
Will you ask her tonight?
I'll definitely ask her afterwards what she said, but we were definitely getting to the final anyway. She told me that 3 weeks ago, so yeah, maybe some people should go to see the girl. She's obviously decent. So maybe that's destiny.
Can I ask about what this week says for teams, not just in rugby but in sport, who perhaps at the start of the season are overlooked by bigger teams, with bigger squads, with more money? What does this say in sport? What can be achieved?
We all watch sport because we all know that on any given day anybody can win. That's the beauty of sport, and sport can be beautiful, but it can also be very, very cruel. And I suppose in the back of our minds coming in today, we've known that we've had a great year, but this could have been cruel, and the way we finished could have been cruel. But thankfully, as we said all week, and as we said last week, we wanted to go up and play like we've been playing, and that was the big thing that we've been hammering home. Pat's been hammering it home, I've been hammering it home. Don't fall back into the habits of old. And I think probably some people in the crowd and up in the stand were probably thinking about Grenoble, and we've learned valuable lessons, and we went up 14 or 15 points against them, and today we didn't panic like we were when we did over there. But we've learned lessons, and we've said that all through. And I think from our point of view, we have a game plan, and no matter what people shout in, or no matter what people say, we stick to it wholeheartedly, and we bought into it massively. And I think you've got to credit the lads for that, because I don't think everyone would do that, and it's took Pat a while, and it's took the management team a while to get us to do that, but we've bought into it wholeheartedly, and we've seen the results of it today and all year, and to a lesser extent maybe last year. And it takes a lot of balls to do that. It does. Sorry for my language. It takes a lot of balls to do that. To buy wholeheartedly into what the management are telling you. And we've been in the sports ground where people have been shouting, kick it, and we just go on, we do what we do, and it's won us the championship.
Pat, did you ever doubt, the game plan and the way you were trying to get Connacht to play as well?
No, not at all. I think I always like to think of the end in mind, and so what does the big picture look like, and then work my way back. And as I've said many times, I want us to be a team that can go through a team, go around a team, or go over a team, and because you can't defend everything, and to do that you're going to need systems and structures that can do that, and so that you can on the field, the key guys can recognise what's going on. I mean, I spent the last 5 or 6 years, a lot of time, my playing career as a captain, and I know that when you're out there, all you want to make sure is you got bullets to fire. You want to be able to, and there's nothing worse if you can see we need to go through here, but we can't do it. So all the little drills and stuff that we do is all around making sure that we can do the bigger picture stuff. And then you step back further, and it means that you're going to have to do a lot of work on our skills. So the selection of the coaching team was crucial. We got a good management team, and then probably the big one is, when I got here, I spent 50 hours, and that hour of each player, and I still do. And any new player that works for me, just to sit and talk to them, and I ask them certain questions. Obviously, what their big goal is, and then I get right through through the end. It's a one page, and I spent time with John, and it basically comes down to at the end of at the last bit of that question, when I get an idea of we've worked the plan, and I understand what they're trying to do, is what do they want from me as a coach, and then I ask them at the end of it. I finish the whole thing with, this is what I want from you, and so we get it packed, and it gets a really good connection there, and those sort of things help me, because my philosophy has always been, one of the big area about my coaching philosophy is that I don't coach to be scrutinised by media or people outside. I coach that I want players who come through my rugby program to be better rugby players and better people, and to see the development of where these guys are as rugby players, but more importantly as people is superb. As I said, when I first got here, I named 3 captains. That's because I didn't really know the guys, and I just knew that John Muldoon, Gavin Duffy, Michael Swift, who have been massive contributors to Connacht rugby. They all had most games and caps, and but I just needed to. I wasn't sure yet at that stage, and then obviously as I spent time here, I quickly realised this is the Connacht man. This is the one that the chosen one to lead the group, and I knew it was going to be a challenge because it's a different style. Like, I know people have mentioned old dogs don't need new tricks and strong. I'm old too, and I'm learning right through, and I'm excited by where I could be in 5 years' time, because I know I'm a better coach than I was last week, and I know I was a better coach than I was 5 years ago, and that's the big thing around the players. We're all growing, we're all learning. I look at today's game, and it was great, and we went out there and we played some really good rugby, but then I got extremely frustrated because, and this is a good answer to everyone who keeps saying, why don't you kick and play pragmatic? That's what basically gave them a chance to come back into the game when we started kicking that ball away, and I was losing control in that box. So get out there and tell them to stop kicking the ball and go at them, and not because we don't want to kick. It was because I knew we're up. They were desperate to play, and you could see we were getting tired through the tackles and stuff. But ultimately, it's I'm just so pleased for this guy, for Eric Elwood. I can't speak highly of Eric. He got me in here before, and I got a real sense of we're very similar. We're very passionate people, and we, the West has really embraced us, and me and my family, and it's a wonderful day for all the people, in Sligo, Leitrim, Roscommon, Galway. It's just something. But I will say this is, I said this before, the true success doesn't rely on trophies, just because one team wins the trophy, and I'll stay true to that. We won a trophy and it's fantastic for everyone, but we've got a plan, and we've got to keep going, and we're back on July the 30th, and I can tell you now, I can set the goals. June 30th. June 30th. But we've already set the goals for next year straight away. The realistic is, you know, we got to go and defend this and go back to back in Pro 12. You know, it's realistic for us to try and win it again. And then the second one is I want to get into knockout stages with Champions Cup. And I'll put that out there because now, come June the 30th, we start the work again. We continue what we're building, and that's the key. Set goals, but you work every day to achieve them.